Welcome back. All right, first of two reviews today. So full notes and all that will be full notes tonight as well. 8 more games to come, and then I'll look at the standings as well. So we don't look at the standings with the matinee portion of the review. And we're going to start things off talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning in New York against the Rangers. So it's Johansson versus Shesterkin. Quiet start, I should say. The first shot on net is by Tampa at 3.5 minutes. Kucherov is a net feed that's kicked aside. And by 5.5 minutes, the shots are 4-0 for Tampa. So this is a very familiar storyline for the New York Rangers when they're at home, getting outplayed. In fact, the Rangers get hemmed in. There's a near miss by Holmberg at the net. Gensel fires one wide on a breakaway. Cirelli's tonight as Tampa gets some more pressure. And the first Rangers shot was by Soucy at 9 minutes and 29 seconds. And then at 10 minutes and 53 seconds, Hagel opens the scoring for Tampa. It's a point shot that goes in off Soucy's skate. The assist to Radish and Kucherov. So it's Radish versus Radish in this game. The Rangers press with 7 minutes left. There's a post for Girgensons. The Rangers clear the puck. Then there's a power play for New York. That's killed off. No shots on net. The Rangers did not generate much in the way of shots today at all. Panarin gets denied the closing seconds on what was the second shot of the period by the New York Rangers. So it's 1-0 Tampa after one, and I would imagine the Rangers felt pretty fortunate that they were only down by one when they were outshot so badly. But second period, early press by the New York Rangers. Hagel fires one wide as Tampa Bay gets some pressure of their own. Good forechecking by Tampa. Eventually, the Lightning draw a power play. There's a shorthanded rush chance by Taylor Radish that helps to finish that. The shots on net are 4-0 Tampa at 7 minutes. The Rangers get some pressure 8 minutes in. Trocheck has a tip shot. That's caught and held. And then at 8:58, Hagel buries his own rebound on a breakaway. So his second goal of the game, Kucherov and Radish with the assists. So Darren Radish with a couple helpers. And 30 minutes into this game, the Rangers had 4 shots. 4. So while I was watching the Rangers broadcast and they were doing their best to, really sort of boost the Rangers and if they can get a couple opportunities, and it just wasn't there. The Rangers get some pressure with 9 minutes left. The Bolts get pinned down a little bit, so Johansson holds so they can get a change. Shots are 10-5 Tampa with 5.5 minutes left. And then at 17:31, it's posted in on a net feed. JT Miller with the goal. Fox and Zibanejad with the assists, making the score 2-1. But with 18.1 seconds left, there's a power play for Tampa, so that rolls over into the third period with the Lightning ahead 2-1. Paul has a net feed that's held. The Rangers do finish the kill, but not long after it, 2:02. Nick Paul buries a net feed. Kucherov and Dastus with the assists, so it's a 3-1 lead. Shots are 4-0 Tampa at 4.5 minutes. The Rangers did not have a good start to any of the periods in this game. The Rangers with some pressure at 6 minutes, but they don't get shots out of it. Pressure by Tampa at 9 minutes. The fans are getting restless. Rangers get pinned down. Totally understandable. Tickets aren't cheap at Madison Square Garden. New York draws a power play. The Rangers call a timeout during the power play to try to figure something out. It still gets killed off. There's a press by New York after it's done. The goalie pull happens with 2:27 left. There's an empty net miss by Hagel, looking for the hat trick. An empty net miss by Kucherov as well. The Rangers ice the puck with 1:34 left, so that forces the goalie back in briefly. And then at 19:42, it's an empty net goal. Jake Gensel, Yanni Gourde with the assist. And so we have Boo Birds to close out the game. The Tampa Lightning with a bit of revenge after losing at home. I believe it was 7-3 against the Rangers. They go into New York. They win 4-1 today. So shots on net, favored Tampa the whole way. 11-2 in the first, 16-6 in the second, 8-4 in the third. Final shots, 35-12 for the New York Rangers. Both teams went 0-2 on the power, or 35-12 for Tampa. I'm tired. 35-12 for Tampa. Both teams went 0-2 on the power play. The hits 23-16 for the Rangers because they didn't have the puck. So again, the shots on net, 11-2 in the first, 16-6 in the second, 8-4 in the third for the Lightning. Johansson wasn't busy. 11 saves on 12 shots. Shesterkin, 31 saves on 34 shots. All right, next up, the Montreal Canadiens and the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche wearing Nordiques. So I thought, all right, I'll play along. I only have 5 goal magnets, though, for Nordiques. I want the Avalanche to be aware. I only have 5. So if they could just stop at 5, that'd be great. Anyways, Dobish versus Blackwood in this one. Early pressure by Montreal. Nelson has a rush chance. That's held. We get a power play for Montreal. Bolduc has a one-timer that's denied. That power play's killed off. Montreal had a great start to this. They were leading in shots 8-2, 6.5 minutes in. But at 7:32, Nelson with a wrister from the slot on a rush makes it 1-0 for the Avalanche, wearing the Nordiques. Lehkonen and Kiviranta with the assists. Evans then has a rush chance that's held. Anderson was robbed on a net drive, so the Montreal Canadiens trying to answer. Near miss for Caulfield, then the Avs rush. The Avs score. There's a goalie interference challenge. I didn't think they should have challenged it. Eventually, the goal gets changed, so it becomes Landeskog's goal. Originally, it was Nelson's. That's something to keep in mind. Nelson and Colton with the assists at 13:25. So it becomes an Avs power play because the goal counts. The challenge fails. Power play's killed off. One shot on net. The Avs with some pressure after it's done. The Canadiens with some pressure of their own with 3.5 minutes left. McKinnon then has a rush chance that's held. It's 2-0 for Colorado after one, and that momentum really did change after that first goal. Second period, Matheson's denied from the slot. There's a post for Nelson on a rush, and then at 48 seconds, Brent Burns scores from Nelson. So there you go. It's 3-0. The Avs look for another. Natchez has a one-timer that's caught and held, and then at 3:54, Nelson puts one in from the side of the net. Natchez and Lehkonen with the assists. Now fans heard Nelson announced as the goal scorer for both of those goals in the first period, and so they thought it was a hat trick goal, so they threw their hats on the ice. It was not a hat trick. I think you should be allowed to get your hat back at that point. So the Avs were really in control after that slow start in the first period until 8:27. Demidov buries a net feed to make it 4-1. The assist to Slavkovsky and Kapanen. The Avs, then they pressure for a response. The shots are 8-5 for Colorado with 5.5 minutes left. Pressure by Montreal with 5 minutes left. Florian Jackie's stick breaks on a rush opportunity he had. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 with 1:56 left, and the Avs would score during the 4-on-4. At 19:05, McKinnon deposits a rebound. Landeskog and McCarr with the assists. It is 5-1 for the Avalanche after two, and all I could think was, I'm out of goal magnets. I have some other magnets that are bigger for the Nordiques, and I was thinking it's going to get dodgy if I'm using those huge ones. So Dobson's denied. The Avs rush, and at 2:51, the Avs score. Taves puts one in off Matheson's stick. Natchez with the assist, so that makes it 6-1. We get a power play from Montreal. They score on it. It's Hudson with a one-timer from the slot at 5:10. Caulfield and Suzuki with the assists, but then the Avs draw a power play. They score on theirs as well. At 6:52, it's a screenshot tipped in by Gabriel Landeskog. So a couple of goals today for him. The assist to McKinnon and Natchez there. The Avs go back to the power play. That's killed off. Post and out for Suzuki on a rush. The Avs get another power play before the period's done. That's killed off as well. But your final score is 7-2 for the Avalanche wearing Nordiques. I went with the Nordiques WHA jersey today because why not? So the No Mercy magnets on the board, they were one goal short of an 80s game. Shots on net favored Colorado the whole way. 14-12 Colorado in the first, 10-5 Colorado in the second, 12-6 Colorado in the third. Final shots 36-23 for the Avalanche. Power plays Montreal 1 for 2, Colorado 1 for 4. The hits 27-13 for Montreal. Dobesh had a rough game, but Colorado has a lot of goalies having rough games. 29 saves on 36 shots. Blackwood, solid. 21 saves on 23 shots. He doesn't get the shutout, but he does get the win, and he has a .913 save percentage in the game, so not too shabby. All right, moving along. The final game we shall discuss for now is the Edmonton Oilers in Seattle against the Kraken. So, Skinner versus Tecord in this one. Early jump for the Oilers. In fact, the shots are 4-0 Edmonton 2 minutes in. The shots do not stay at that rate for the whole game. Cartier hits the side of the net on a 2-on-1 rush. Mangiapane has a wrister. That's caught and held. Draisaitl has a turnover chance that's held as well. Pressure by Edmonton at 7.5 minutes. Seattle draws a power play. That's killed off. Then we get a power play for Edmonton, and they score on it. At 11:29, Nugent-Hopkins buries one on what was a good cycle by the Oilers. Bouchard and McDavid with the assists, so 1-0 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers at that stage. Marchman has the slot shot that deflects high. Shots are 10-5 for the Oilers with 5.5 minutes left. 3:06 left. The Kraken get a power play. That becomes 1 minute and 45 seconds of 5-on-3. Normally I'm standing here telling you that's too much time, but the Oilers kill it off. 3 total shots for Seattle. Their power play today really cost them. 20.6 seconds left. Seattle goes back to the power play, so that's rolling over to the second period. The Oilers up 1-0. Short-handed Janmark rush helps to prevent that setup for the Kraken. The Kraken never really got set up on that power play. It ends up being killed off without a shot early in that second period. In fact, there were no shots on net by either team 4.5 minutes in. This game went fast for a while. It slowed down a lot in the third, though. Kraken get another power play. Beniers has a slot shot. That's held. Catton has a chance on the rush. That's denied. Those are the 2 shots on that power play. It's killed off. There's a press by Edmonton. They're kept to the outside, but then at 12 minutes and 30 seconds, Draisaitl makes it 2-0 for Edmonton. The assist to Mangiapane and Emberson. So the Oilers with a little bit of insurance. The Oilers get some pressure for another. Shots are 4-3 for Edmonton with 5.5 minutes left. Mangiapane has a net drive chance that's blocked, and then with 1:35 left, the Oilers go to the power play, and they score on it. It goes in off Zach Hyman skate from the doorstep. Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins with the assists at 18:51. So goal for Zach Hyman makes it 3-0, and that's your score through 2 periods of play. In the third, there's an early press by Seattle. Near miss for Tolvanen from the side of the net. Eberle's denied from the doorstep. The Oilers with some pressure at 4.5 minutes. And then at 6:25, the Oilers expand on their lead. McDavid puts one through to Cord on a rush. I think he was expecting a pass, wasn't expecting the shot. McDavid gets this one from Hyman and Ekholm. Podkolzin then has a net drive chance that saved the Oilers with some pressure at 8.5 minutes. Things get pushy in a hole by Skinner, and there was a lot of that in the second half of the period. The shots are 4 apiece with 9 minutes left. Clattenburg has a fight with Goudreau. Kraken come out of that with a power play. There was an extra 2 for Clattenburg. Power play's killed off. Just great penalty kill by the Oilers and futile power play by Seattle. Pagula has a fight with Cartier, and there were more scrums, 10-minute misconducts being handed out. And it took a while to finish, but we're here. It is still before 4 o'clock when the next 4 games get started. And the Oilers, speaking of 4s, win this one 4-0. So the Tony the Tiger magnet's on the board because Skinner was great. And this is the thing with Stuart Skinner. He can look awful in one game, great in the next. You never know. Shots on net in this one, 12-11 Seattle in the first, 8-6 Edmonton in the second, 8-6 Seattle in the third. Final shots 26-25 for Seattle. Power plays, Edmonton scored on both of theirs. Seattle went 0 for 6. The hits, 19-18 Edmonton. Skinner saves all 26 shots for the shutout, and Decord saved 21 out of 25 at the other end. So there you go. You're caught up on the first 3 games. Now we'll watch the other 8, and we'll review those later. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.